I thought about giving a disclaimer about the politics, but, you know, just quoting somebody. So.
Absolutely, it dispels any kind of notion of fake news, right? You're just using his words.
Well, yeah, I mean, one of the things I resisted sharing with you at the mixer last night is that, you know, I'm helping raise a 10-year-old stepdaughter, and when I see your film, it makes me think how every one of these quotes I know and I'm familiar with. You know, I can place them and I can picture when they happened, and that is out in our culture. You know,
That's
these
the point of
statements
making
are reverberating.
Exactly. That's the point of making it. They do have lasting traumatic impact. They do affect sort of the entire sensibility of our society, and now we're seeing it in so many other ways.
Yeah, and you, by using the chorus and having the women say the quotes, you just drive it home. You really drive it home.
I encouraged the speakers to kind of reach into their own emotional well to decide to deliver the lines as they receive them, not as they were spoken. So in other words, they're not imitating the way they were delivered, but they're finding within themselves how they felt when they heard them. And interestingly, that the second movie was about bereavement to some degree. We are sort of finding that we had this arc of Elizabeth Kubler-Ross emotions of stages of grief that many people experienced, you know, following the election. So as you saw, a sense of denial, and then depression, and then anger, but never reaching the final stage of acceptance.
Yeah.
So that was part of it.
Yeah, my apologies to any Trump voters, but our first ever Sherman Oaks Film Festival, the first night was just 4 days after the election, and so it was like there was a rain cloud in the room. You know, it was really so when you talk about grief, yeah, that's a very real thing.
Very real, yeah.
So powerful filmmaking and.
Thank you, and I mean I really want to specifically give a shout out to to all of the participants who were all volunteers, and many of them are singers from the Metropolitan Opera, as you could probably hear, and some were activists running for office. So it was a big mix.
Is this not? So you put this chorus together just for the film?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because it's funny watching it. I thought to myself that this is like a chorus that performs all the time, and you got to set and do your little one-off.
They did blend, you know, remarkably well, and you know there are many parts in harmony. And we did want the emotional arc to parallel the harmonic structure, so that was part of the way in which it was conceived.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well,
any questions out there?
don't be shy. Great. Yes.
There we go.
Do you have a musical background?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Aside from the fact that I started playing piano when I was 3, all my education was at Juilliard, bachelor's, master's, and doctorate, and I'm a composer and a pianist and a conductor.
Amazing pianist.
What's that?
You're an amazing pianist.
Oh, thanks.
Well, actually, I guess I didn't ask the basic question, which is, when did the idea come to you to do this, and have you made other films, and this is just one of many?
Yes, thanks for asking. I've made, I guess, about 4, and I think my inspiration really for all of them is a quote that I heard, that I hope I get right, by a poet named Kenneth Rexroth, who said, "Against the ruin of the world, there's only one defense, the creative act." And that sort of has inspired any of my compositions that I've created. First dealt with the Holocaust, second Armenian genocide. This is about Trump, and the fourth one is about Charlottesville also. So there's a theme.
Well, and actually that does tie into an earlier film, creativity inspiring people. But any other questions? Surely.
No.
Well, anything you want to share besides? Please let everybody know that they sounded great, and their performances. I mean, their performances were really moving.
I guess I'll share one little anecdote. You might have noticed at the end that I was speaking Farsi, or you might not have noticed that, which is not my language, and I didn't really know it. And the only reason that happened is because the wonderful young woman who was going to speak Farsi and was ready to come, ICE had been at her door several weeks before, and her parents said, "This is too dangerous, don't do this." So she taught me the lines. So I just thought I'd share that.
Really?
Yes, it hits home, you know.
And that's in.
This was in New York.
In New York.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Well, thank you
Oh,
for this
thank-
opportunity.
you know what,
for this
thank
great
you. Thank you for
festival.
coming out.
Thanks.